SWAT team was activated to serve a narcotic search warrant at 518 South Patterson. The search yielded several grams of meth and stolen property. 43-year-old Leslie D. Williams arrested on charges of possession and stealing. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KCRG, I'm Steve Smith on KIX 102.5.
We'll see sunshine today with a high near 63. A freeze warning in effect tonight as slows drive down to 32. Sunshine 65 for Tuesday. Sunshine low 70s for Wednesday.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's not showing anything over the 4 states.
30 in Fairview, 30 in Pittsburgh, 33 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Brought to you by
Josh Meeker at Country Financial.
And today we're featuring Thomas Jefferson Day School's 2nd grade class.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your class group or your kids or whomever to be on the KIX Kids page, just go to the KIX page, and there's a button there you can click on that'll show you how to upload your audio.
We're just 18 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
And the jackpot is at $2,327.50.
Here's John Morgan with Jason Aldean.
On KIX 102.5. When it goes, it goes.
Just breathe.
But the
It's
kids
okay.
page.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there's no auto function or auto run here.
Can we flip the...
Oh, is it
To
not even
us.
doing that?
No, it's
Dang.
not even doing
We're
that.
getting an early start today with all the page and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing's working.
It's just, it's
Number
not
one,
Tuesday. It's not allowed to
My
do that.
brain, my mouth.
Morning, Megan. Morning, Devin. Jimmy, good morning. Happy Monday.
Think-
You can't see us?
Look closer.
Refresh it, maybe. Try that. We're there.
I think blocking spam pages kills brain cells.
Probably, yeah. Morning, Kathy. Morning's the rah-rah. We're right here, Christine. Open your eyeballs. If your eyes are closed, you're not going to be able to see us.
Although it could improve your driving.
Morning, Woody. Christine's already called us this morning. So how was everybody's weekend?
So Christine says she found the 4th hint. And that because of it, she knows what the secret sound is. She thinks.
Anyone else? Morning, Christy.
See, this week is, no, it's next week is Easter.
Yes, 420.
So, and I have kind of got this week off. I mean, playing wise.
Nice. How'd you swing that one?
Well, it's the SMC conference is this weekend, and I'm not being a part of that. So
Right.
next week I go into rehearsals for the Easter deal, which is going to be a last minute throw together thing. We know because of the way that all this coincided.
Right. You had a great weekend, Christy. That's good. Yeah, go
And-
see if you can find it.
I'm E2, so
Ooh, nice.
yeah.
So Rara says she hasn't found any of the hints. Have you looked for any of them?
Yeah. Did you use your eyes?
Were you actually on our website?
Did you wait until you fell asleep to look? I know we're being very pedantic, aren't we?
My hair keeps getting stuck in my armpits.
Mmm.
Long hair problem.
Yum.
Heyo. Oh, no, I haven't posted. Oh, no, you didn't. News.
Oh, no.
Boys go yell at me.
Get her, Floyd.
No, Floyd, no.
Get her.
Mm.
Yeah, Friday was just stupid. I mean, we had to do, being here, and then we went to Columbus, and it poured rain. Man, it was cold.
Hi, Romelda.
I did get back in time to get everything done.
Good.
And got all my syndication stuff done, and then had to go out to Downstream and hung out there. I gave away so many T-shirts
Good.
and koozies while out there. And then afterward, I just called my wife. I was like, why don't we just go eat? And so we did.
Good dinner?
Yeah. And by the time we got done and everything and got back home, I was like falling asleep. I was so tired.
It's a long day.
It really, really was.
Christine says, nobody look, I got this.
You got to be caller 5. I think that's more your challenge, Christine. I don't think guessing the secret sound has ever been. I guess it has been a pretty big issue considering you've not known what it was up to now. That's probably will be that would put a monkey wrench in your works, if you had the wrong answer.
What's going to be really fun is when a new player gets to be caller number 5 today and guesses.
The secret sound?
Well, they don't guess the secret sound. They guess one guess that we've had a million times already. And then you're just going to hear the collective groan of, no!
I kind of hope that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Except then Brett will probably be have the winner.
Yeah.
We do believe that based on the hint that we put up over the weekend that there will be a winner today.
We'll see. Morning, Debbie. Morning, Gary Crow. How you doing?
Riley Green spammers are
Full force.
oh my gosh.
10 seconds.
20 under each comment. Stupid. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX 708.
Sunshine in mid-60s today. It's 33 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in 15 minutes. We've got your first chance of the week to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound in just 12 minutes.
And this jackpot is crazy. $2,327.50 is up for grabs.
And we put a brand new hint on the website. That makes 4 hints for this sound that are hidden all over the KIX website for you to find to better help you guess and win.
In just 11 minutes.
Here's Brandley Gilbert.
On the 4 states, number 1 for cash.
KIX 102.5.
They do a pina colada there. Megan, we got to go. There's a new Mexican place in Miami. Megan says it's delicious and they have an amazing pina colada. You found pina colada coffee creamer? I don't know. Something about pineapple and...
Yeah, pineapple and coffee don't sound
coconut and coffee. I don't know.
Sour would not work in coffee.
How you doing, Debbie?
Acidity there.
Christine says, don't tell anyone. Jeez.
We have to, Christine. It's the rules.
Yeah, I think when it comes to coffee, I like the sweeter smells. The sweeter tastes. Wouldn't it be really cool if we put that on a clapper?
Oh, where you just clap your hands in it. Do we have a clapper? Is that motorized?
No. But wouldn't it be cool?
If you say so.
Just clap your hands and then clap your hands again. And then goes.
I got it very well.
You up?
Maybe. I don't think I got it very well.
Got what very well?
The blinds closed very well.
I mean, they're closed. Chocolate covered strawberry creamer. That's Sounds delicious.
I don't think I'd want strawberry in my coffee.
It's nice.
You need like earth tone tastes. Like
Tiffany, good morning. Buy Randy. Why are we buying Randy?
buy him. How much? Wait, what?
I really want to buy the Dubai chocolate covered strawberries. I've not been able to find them gluten free.
Dubai?
Mm-hmm.
What is Dubai?
It has like the pistachio and stuff on them.
Mm-mm.
It's super trendy right now. Apparently, it's amazing.
I'm not a fan of the pistachio taste.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Beans is a pistachio fiend. Pistachios and cherries, that girl can put them away. I want to know what the hype is all about. What's the hoopla?
About what? Surrounding what?
To buy chocolate covered strawberries. Christine says, let's have an auction. We're going to auction off Randy.
For what? Wait a minute. That's illegal.
Is it?
Called slavery. Can't do slave auctions. Those are illegal.
Oh, dear.
Says so right there on the label. Oh, Ella Langley backup check and Keith Tucker just followed us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. It's exhausting.
Just exhausting. Phone ringing.
It's secret sound. We're just going to let it ring.
Tiffany says, my new favorite at-home coffee making obsession is to get the cinnamon brown sugar coffee pods, then add in brown sugar, cookie, oat milk creamer, and top it with whipped cream. That sounds so good, Tiffany.
Brown sugar, that kind of taste is what you think of with coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're getting pretty desperate.
Debbie's on board with auctioning you off. She said, let's do it.
Debbie, nobody asked you.
Christine says, he's a jack of all trades, buyer's choice.
Whatever.
Wait, why are we auctioning off Randy, though?
Yeah, what the heck?
What is this?
This is illegal. Illegal. Illegal eagle.
I still really like the brown butter chocolate chip creamer stuff.
Yoo-hoo!
That is so good. Holy cow. You love that
I
song.
still hear that.
Mhm.
Yoo-hoo! That's how the song goes now, folks.
Mm-hmm. Where's Daniel this morning?
Yeah, usually he's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. You.
Yoo-hoo!
You. Now that sounded more like
Wilhelm.
was it Goofy? You.
Well, Goofy's doing the Wilhelm scream, which comes from the
Oh, is he really?
1930s. Yeah, it's a very famous yell that's included in
Oh,
most
yes.
movies. You know
Kyle's
about
obsessed with the Wilhelm scream. I didn't know Goofy was doing the Wilhelm scream, though.
They just make wide use of it.
The more you know.
Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's the Wilhelm.
What's going to be really fun is when Major finds the hint and he's caller 5 and he can't win.
Sorry.
Lambo bada boom bang.
We will come find you and mow inappropriate words in the pattern of your yard, your grass.
That's rude.
That's actually kind of nice. Some people pay extra money for it. I will bing for your text soon.
Mm-mm.
Your text voodoo soon. That's the next one.
Is Voodoo an app or something? Or are they trying to?
I don't know. I think they're just saying.
Yes, almost sounds like Maui. Chee-hoo! You. Here we go. Sex, sex, egg.
Which is also the mark of the beast. Notice she's doing that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country.
We've got your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Soundbite after Scotty McCreery.
On KIX 102.5.
Chris has surgery on Wednesday. What's going on, Kathy? Maybe get a winner today. We shall see. Megan says, if it's a can or a shovel, I'm flipping the tables. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, Christine SpongeBob Pants. 2 minutes, y'all. Those lines are already lit up. Holy cow. Oh, it's 7:24. Okay. Minute and a half. Morning, Floyd.
She didn't have the story up on time, Floyd.
It's up now, though, so you don't got to yell at me. I got it up.
Get her, Floyd.
No. No, thank you. 1 minute.
Practicing your Lamaze for later?
No.
Maybe you should.
I feel like we were on the edge of something really exciting. I hope it's not a massive letdown. 35
it
seconds.
will be. And then for the next month.
Yeah. 25 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Beautiful sunny skies today, highs in the mid-60s. It's 33 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes. But right now, it is time to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
We've got $2,327.50, and it could be yours.
If you can be caller number 5 at 623-1025.
And tell us, what is this sound? What is it? What do you think?
623-1025. Be caller number 5 and tell us.
To win all of the cash, $2,327.50.
From the 4 states number 1 for cash. Here we go. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 1, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 2, try again.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4, hurry up and go right back.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this? Nikki, can you take us off of speakerphone?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, Nikki, from where? Where do you... Nikki from Fort Scott.
You are caller number 5. Woo-hoo! Nikki.
All right, Nikki, we have $2,327.50 that we would love to give you.
If you can tell us, what is this sound?
She says using a garbage disposal.
For $2,327.50. That is not it.
Oh, Nikki, but we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $2,352.50.
And give you another chance to guess them in with Brett Mann at 420. Thanks, Nikki. Have a good one.
What did she say? Told you.
Mm-hmm.
But look at it this way. Now you have a chance to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't have had somebody won it.
Morning, Brian.
So the race continues.
The race continues. Jackpot gets
It's
higher.
exciting. This is pretty exciting.
Is today the day?
I think it is. Now it'll be with Brad. I
Morning,
think
Daniel.
we're the ones that put in all the work.
I know, and he's going to get all the credit for it. Bye, Sarara. Have a good day. Christine says, OMG. 45 seconds. Christine, what number were you? Christy says, dang, they're never going to get it. We can tell when you have found the hints and not found the hints.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, you stupid. I know. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
Nikki from Fort Scott.
You are caller number 5. Nikki.
All right, Nikki, we have $2,327.50 that we would love to give you.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
Is it using a garbage disposal?
She says using a garbage disposal.
For $2,327.50. That is not it.
Oh, Nikki, but we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $2,352.50.
And give you another chance to guess them in with Brett Mann at 420.
Perfect. Thank you.
Kitty says she couldn't even get through.
Because other people were calling.
Jimmy says it was ringing, then it bumped me off.
Keep trying, guys.
Keep trying. There's the phone.
Hi there, Morning Kicks.
So are we guessing again at 420?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
you
That's
bet.
the way it works. Are you going to be calling at? Are you going to be calling at that time?
I have been calling every time at 420. I set my alarm on my phone.
That's
Good.
the way to do it right there.
There you go,
That is so
Christine.
smart.
Well, actually, except for 410, and I listen for the 10 minutes because, sometimes it can be a minute.
That's right.
That's
There
true.
you go.
That's true.
Okay. I guess I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Good
Bye,
luck,
Christine.
Christine.
Good luck.
Bye.
Morning, Carolyn. We haven't seen you in so long. How you been?
Supposed to be building habits
Thank you, Megan.
with these people.
Mm-hmm. Today's a good day to get coffee. Did you watch anything good over the weekend?
I watched a number of things. I watched the finale to the show David. It really irritated me, the last episode.
No, because you've enjoyed that
Yes,
show.
I have, and I've enjoyed how accurate they've kept it.
This is the David as in like
David and Goliath. Well, right at the very last moment, they make the battle between him and Goliath into this huge thing where Goliath throws 3 or 4 spears, wounds David, almost takes him out. Maybe he's dead, and I mean, come on. We know the story.
Right.
You don't have to recreate it and turn it into something that it's not.
Hollywood got a Hollywood.
They did such a great job up to this point, and then at the very end, I mean, it all ended the way it's supposed to, but they made so much unnecessary drama. It's
Mhm.
dramatic enough. there was that. We watched the finale to.
Severance.
No, that was last week. No, I don't guess we watched any other. We watched Pitt. We got caught up on that. It's kind of gone like it was hitting a high, and it's kind of doing this. Feels like.
Yeah.
Watch the next episode of Wheel of Time, which is just something you do when you want to take a nap. We've been watching Moonlighting is back on streaming platforms. It's on Prime now for free. And we've been going through. My wife, who had never seen any of them, is now totally enamored. And they're showing. So there was this whole culture behind Moonlighting during the 80s. It was massive. And the problem is because of the actor schedules, and they released a new episode every week. Well, if things didn't get done, guess what? They didn't have a new episode.
Yeah.
So frequently during the season, they would have reruns. You never knew until that night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the production studio was smart enough. They capitalized on that. So they have actual man-on-the-street interviews they would do as a way of catching you up. So let's say they had episode 3, but then it was 3 weeks before they'd have episode 4 for whatever reason.
Right.
Well, when they did that, they'd have man-on-the-street interviews talking about the previous. Do you remember what happened in the last episode even? All these different creative ways of catching you up before they went on with the story. So we watched that. And then there was the new Kevin Bacon series called The Bondsman. And this blew my mind because his ex-wife is played by Jennifer Nettles from Sugarland.
The singer, yeah.
And she sings on it. And Kevin Bacon sings on it. But it's the show. Let me tell you the premise of the show.
Wait, Kevin Bacon's a singer?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Him and his brother have a band called the Bacon Brothers. And they played out here at Downstream before.
I didn't know that.
They're not great.
Okay.
But, yeah, they do have a band. Anyway, it is this guy who is a bail bondsman. And this criminal is now, his ex-wife is now living with this criminal. And he's trying to win his ex-wife back and their son. And the criminal is trying to have him killed and eventually does. And it's quite gory and quite graphic. There's a lot of gore on this show. And they kill him. And he comes back to life, sent back from hell as a bondsman and a demon hunter. And he's to go around killing off all these other demons. That's the only way he can stay alive. And he's trying to find a loophole to get out of it. That's the premise of the show. It is so much like Evil Dead 2, you know, the Sam Raimi franchise, the Evil Dead series movies. It is so much like it that it's ridiculous. It's got the same slapstick type of comedy. Some of the things, him and his mom, they're down in Georgia. So they all talk like this. It's overdone. Well, honey, I didn't know you were going to come back as a demon hunter. You know, all these kind of ridiculous things that they're saying that are so surreal in conversation. You know, these 2 guys get killed by a monster truck falling over on them.
What?
Yeah. At one point, I mean, crushed. And they show like bottom half of his jaw is gone and everything. So very, very gory. But there's such a slapstick element behind it that you're like, it doesn't have the same effect on you. Much like Evil Dead. I mean, think about him fighting with his hand and that whole scene and everything, you know. He just cut his hand off with a cleaver, you know.
Right.
But you don't seem to notice that because of the comedy element. So it's actually very tolerable.
And you can watch it again?
We've watched like 4 episodes. All the episodes dropped. So we've got like 4 episodes in, and I'm sure we're going to watch the rest of it. Yeah. It's not bad. It's Kevin Bacon, for Pete's sake. And Jennifer Nettles can actually act. Really, I think, better than she sings. And she can sing. I'm not a fan of her voice, the tone of her voice. I never have been that nasally thing. But, you know, she's been on numerous Broadway musicals. And she's very famous in the theater world right now.
Right.
So there was that and the Moonlighting. And then I've gotten into, for some reason, these car remake shows. So what has become popular, there's one place called Pro Auto. It's a channel on YouTube where they take all these episodes over the period of about a year and they clip out all the unnecessary stuff. And it's just the guys rebuilding the car from the ground up. And
cool.
So when I'm really, really bored, I've been watching those things, and they're oddly addictive.
13 seconds. Here we go.
But, yeah, I didn't really do much except try to rest over the weekend. KIX 102.5, the four states number one for cash. No winner on the secret sound, which means another chance to guess with Brett James this afternoon at 4:20.
But right after Chris Lane, Big Big Plans, we're going to find out what I thought of The Doors, my Jen's movie rehab movie.
On KIX 102.5.
Excuse me. Carolyn says she had a small stroke. It affected her eyes, but she's a miracle.
This, like, over the weekend, Carolyn? What? When did this happen?
Bye, Daniel. Have a good one.
Oh, my gosh.
Morning,
this
Christopher.
Huge fight over Blake Shelton on our social media. It's
I know.
hilarious.
I'm like, y'all, calm down.
Wow, I love that.
Saw a little bit of snow spitting yesterday.
Yeah, it did snow a little bit yesterday morning. Not enough to matter for anything, but it did kill a bunch of plants, I know. So we had all these pretty flowers coming out everywhere, and now those are going gone.
So much for that.
If anybody left a plant outside, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's going to do it again tonight. Not snow, it's going to freeze tonight. There is a freeze warning.
Yes, freeze warning.
Yeah, in effect for tonight. So it is going to get down below freezing.
Your plants are inside at 74 degrees.
There you go. Under the grow light.
You keep your house at 74 degrees? Feels kind of warm.
It depends on your system, really. Not right for mine.
Mm-hmm. Tiffany says, my hubby finished Trish Adkins' show, The Ultimate Cowboy Showdown. I didn't like it, but he loved it.
I watched some of that. I didn't care for it either. Kind of hokey.
Yeah.
I tried watching a Nicolas Cage movie, no, it's Butcher's Crossing.
Buffalo Bill.
No, Butcher's Crossing is the name of it. It's not good.
No?
No, it was not good. I got about halfway through it and just could not stand anymore. I would rather watch the car rebuild show than something like that.
I hope it's the last cool spell we get, and from here on out, it's getting warmer.
Well, it's usually after Easter that temperatures really begin to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning on having to mow my yard this weekend.
Yep. Same. 2 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the mid-60s today. It's 33 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at four states news and weather in just 25 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, what is the craziest way that you've ever injured yourself showing off?
Or you've ever seen someone injure themselves showing off. You know, the hold my beer and watch this.
623-1025 to call or text or tell us on Facebook.
But first, since it was the weekend, we had another movie assignment for. And in case you don't know, this is where we assign Jen a movie to watch over the weekend. Because before she came to KIX,
I had seen very few, if any, movies before, so someone would make some kind of a reference to a movie, and I would have no idea what they were talking about.
and since the late, great Val Kilmer died last week, we thought it only appropriate that we assign her the classic movie The Doors, which she had unbelievably never seen.
And he was amazing in this movie. He truly took on the persona that was Jim Morrison.
So you liked it?
I don't know that like is the word that I would use for it. Jim Morrison, just as a person, was very insecure, very pretentious. He wanted, if you didn't like what he was doing, it's not on him, it's on you, or he's going to give up. And, which makes him not always the most likable character. And then, of course, you see his relationship with Pam and just how completely toxic that was. I mean, he locked her in a closet for crying out loud and then lit it on fire. I don't know about that. I would love to know how much of this is true, though. Because you mentioned on Friday that there were some liberties taken.
Well, it's Oliver Stone doing the movie. So, yeah, that's what he does. He literally rewrites history in his films for the parts that's unknown, you know.
I mean, that being said, though, I thought it was very interesting. I mean, it was very well acted all around. I think, again, Val Kilmer was incredible as Jim Morrison. He was incredibly believable. And I can't believe that he actually learned the Doors songs, and that was him singing.
He literally became the character.
He really did. He really did.
This is probably the best example of it in his acting that I could think of.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, this isn't a movie that I'd watch again by any means. I don't think it's not a great movie. It was very well acted. So I'm going to give it a 7.
7. That's
It's kind of
fair.
middle of the road for
That's
me.
fair. And we'll have another movie assignment for this next weekend
For Jen's Movie Rehab.
on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Real Brooks and Dunn. No, Real Brooks Dunn
As opposed to fake Brooks Dunn.
and Brooks and Dunn. It's Real Brooks Dunn.
Real Brooks Dunn. Dunn Brooks real.
Real Dunn Brooks. Real deal. It's the real deal. Oh, this is going to be a bad one, isn't it? Kane Brown.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad.
Bracing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, here we go. Weird. They took a break on him this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, there was only one. That's rare.
That's very strange.
It's usually one of the main ones they hit.
Ronnie walked off during an encore at a concert over the weekend. Do we know why?
Who did what?
Ronnie Dunn.
Walked off?
Mm-hmm. During an encore at a concert over the weekend.
That does not surprise me at all. Where was this? Yeah, this does not surprise me one single bit. Oh, Jen, come here. You got to watch this. It was just on a random page that I was blocking off of one of our comments, but this is. Let that hand go. What's going on with the hand? And see, it's still over there. Wow. Yeah, that is unusual to say the least.
You think he's having some lung issues? I'm probably gonna eat this peep. Thank you for the peep.
You're welcome. My wife bought me all of them.
Thank you, Gina.
There are no more. She took all the ones that were left at the store. And I'm like, poor little kids. They don't need these.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Back home. Major says, okay, I'm over it. Did you not find it? You didn't find the hint?
Really?
The very next page you went to could have been the one that had the hint on it. Shoppa lama lama long and ma. Major says, I sent a song request. How does that work?
Sends it to my email.
Did you get it? Excuse me.
Oh. Talk about a back pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I think I have got all the spammers.
You did it?
I think so. I'm quite a ways down. Yep, I think I have. There were a lot from over the weekend.
Wait, I want to know what did you request, Major? What song? Six. Short.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Oh my gosh.
What?
Jill, did you make it sound I don't know. We're trying to figure out the born and raised thing. And the way she words things makes it sound is a little misleading. She says he can do these giveaways. The weeks he has available to do them are the week of June 23rd, the week of July 14th, the week of July 21st, and the week of July 28th. Sounds like we're going to be doing giveaways on all of those weeks.
I hope not.
We're not. But she should have worded and said any one of these
Right.
weeks are available.
Right.
To clarify.
Major requested Secret Sound Answer by Randy and Jen. That's pretty
Secret
good.
Sound Answer! Sacred Sound Answer! Woo-hoo! The Sacred Sound Answer! It's hidden on the website. The Sacred Sound Answer! Ba-dum-ba-dum. You're welcome. So
That's
I'm
an original, by the way.
thinking we would do June 23rd through the 27th. They're giving us 40 tickets,
Woo.
20 pair.
Awesome.
So what I'm thinking is we will do 40 tickets, or is it 40 pair? Oh my gosh, hold on. 40 pair. I'm sorry, it's 40 pair. So what I'm thinking we will do,
For 1 week?
yes, what I'm thinking we'll do is 20 sets of 4, because they're only good for one day of the entire weekend festival, but you can use them on any one day of the festival. So we will do 2 sets of tickets for each winner so that they can go to 2 days.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
And then we'll have 20 of those. So we can do, because we're leading up to July 4th. What we'll do is we'll do ticket giveaways. We'll do 20 sets of those.
No, 10 4-packs.
No, it'd be, yeah. This is 40 pair. So
Oh,
10
it's 80 tickets. You're right.
80 tickets would be 24 packs.
Yes.
So we'll do 20 giveaways. We'll do 15 the 23rd to the 27th. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30th through the 2nd.
We got to go. 4 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today, a high near 63. It is 33 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with 4 states news in just 12 minutes. Plus, in the next hour,
We want to hear about your show-off injuries.
what's the worst way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off? Maybe it was you, maybe it's someone you know.
You can call or text to let us know 623-1025, or you can tell us on Facebook.
So as ridiculous as this is, Easter, by the way, is a week from Sunday.
Crazy. How?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, and with it coming up, the cost of eggs is still high, and the availability is still spotty in some areas when you're thinking about coloring your eggs. A lot of consumers have been getting creative at finding substitutes for dyeing Easter eggs.
So this is actually a trend that started last year. People were using like marshmallows, potatoes, even onions to dye instead of actual eggs.
Basket full of dyed onions. Come on.
Delicious.
The method is the same, I guess. They're just dunking the potato or the marshmallow into a bowl of water colored with food dye.
And it looks just like an egg laid by a very sick chicken.
Did they get delivered by the Easter leprechaun when they did this?
I mean, on the bright side, no cholesterol.
Yeah, even the Easter bunny is having some struggles about the whole egg thing. Here's what he had to say about it.
Hey kids, it's me, Peter Cottontail, aka the Easter Bunny, aka the soon-to-be welfare bunny because eggs are too expensive. You expect me to buy eggs at these prices and just give them away like charity? I'd have to take out a second mortgage on my rabbit hole. Maybe I'll get one ostrich egg and use it for multiple homes. Or, for the egg hunt, I'll pull egg beaters around your yard. Look for the little ant trails that lead you to those splotches of goop. Or maybe I could steal wild bird eggs. You know, the last Easter Bunny was eaten by a hawk, so it's time for payback. I'm taking your offspring, hawks. Revenge is a dish best served color-dyed with a side of peeps.
What?
So bring it on, egg prices. Bring it on, hawks. Santa Claus ain't got nothing on me.
Okay, that went a little
gracious.
left.
Yeah.
Took a left turn.
Onions would smell worse than the forgotten eggs. Oh, totally. That'd be awful.
Sniff them out, though.
Hopefully. Morning, Pam.
Okay, So we're going to figure out the 3-day admission is for which 3 days? Any 3 days? Because it's September 10th through the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
That's Wednesday. Let's just September 11th through the 13th.
There we go.
And we're going to schedule this to run 23rd through the 2nd. That will allow us to do 3 sets Monday through Friday and Monday and Tuesday of the next week, and one more pair on the 3rd, or on the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
That takes care of all of June.
Yay! That's great.
We only have 2 weeks left in July left. And we're back where we were last year, almost. Well, in August. Well,
Yeah.
no, I have Hank Williams Jr. in it. Okay.
Eggs are expensive. I think potatoes could be kind of fun because then you could carve the potato like a, I don't know,
Yeah, the Irish people thought the same thing.
carve it like a bunny or something.
Yeah, that's great. Dyed potatoes
Mm.
look stupid.
Well, I mean, the eggs kind of look stupid too when you dye them. And now that we're talking about eggs, some deviled eggs sound really good.
So we had a little discussion about whether or not we should utilize the same imaging as last year for the shootout if we do that because of its recognizability. What do you think? Or should it be updated?
You know, I don't know that it's a bad thing to use it again.
I don't either. At least the first year,
Yeah.
the first year after. Wouldn't want to continuously do that.
I mean, namely because you do have that recognizability with it.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's not a
Think
bad
so,
idea.
the first. That's what I was thinking. Oh! I almost forgot the script for Backstage Country.
Backstage Country. Who she got this week?
This week's John Party, right?
John Party. Yeah.
Which means I get the joy of going through and blocking all of his songs during her show. This is becoming an ongoing fun thing. There's got to be an easier way to do it. And Chris has decided that he hates Selector.
Really?
The new Selector, the G Selector, yeah, that it's stupid. We went, he said, Friday, he admitted, no, it's Thursday. He said, we had something that worked really, really well. And now we've got something that does not work and does random things that we can't figure out. He goes, I'm beginning to think this was a mistake.
Well,
mistake there, buddy. That's why we don't fix what isn't broke.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. He was trying to upgrade and improve, but it ain't broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't think, I think it has affected our music in a negative way.
You think so?
Yeah. I think pacing is a big issue on KIX right now. Tempo. Energy.
Yeah.
You want to feel old?
Yeah.
Eminem is a grandfather.
I know. I saw that. What the heck?
Now when he talks to Dr. Dre, he asks him about his arthritis.
Dang. Morning, Tyreek. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Who? My name is what? My name is Grandpapa.
Mm-hmm. What's the baby's name? I know the middle name is Marshall after Dad. Elliot Marshall, maybe? Is that right? How long is it okay to have fluid in your ear for? I still have
I've had
fluid
it
in
for
this
months.
left ear. It's
I've
driving
had
me
it
nuts.
Go on for months. My doctor, his solution, well, we'll give you a little antibiotic. They give you a really light antibiotic to clear up any inflammation that might be in there, which is what causes the fluid retention, and then have you sleep on the other side. That's the big cure, is sleep on the other side. Allow it to drain. You can do this thing with your hand as a plunger that sometimes can help, or digging your finger in. But I have ongoing fluid, so apparently you can go on full time with it.
Great. My ear it's been really irritated lately. Ta-da. T-shirt. Look,
Microsoft turns 50 this week. Bunch of old nerds.
I don't want to feel old. Elliot Marshall McClintock. E. Eminem. That's right.
Oh, let's see. What is there to watch this week on television, children? I don't think there is much. Kill Tony, Kill or Be Killed.
What?
No, that's a stand-up comedy special.
Oh.
There is a documentary on the Goofy movie that is out now on Disney.
A documentary? What?
The behind-the-scenes story of the making of a Goofy movie that followed a young creative team that were given this project as their first Disney feature. It was not budgeted accordingly. It was mostly interns and stuff working on it. Huge disappointment on release. It didn't get anything in the box office and gained a huge, passionate cult-like following later.
I was going to say, I love that movie. I think Goofy movie's great.
Nobody
fun.
did when it first came out. Netflix has a unscripted show from Korea. Why are they doing this? The Handmaid's Tale, new season, what they're only doing once every 11 years now or something.
Something like that.
Is out on Hulu. The Dad Quest is a new movie on Netflix.
Dad
which I
Quest.
think is a Spanish thing. It's another foreign language deal. Netflix, that seems to be what they're all about.
So what are they doing on Dad Quest?
It's a father-son duo learn they may not be biologically related, and they embark on a wild adventure through Mexico to find the truth, which makes me believe it may be a foreign language. Hence the going through Mexico to find the truth.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy says, I want to see Women in the Yard.
Well, invite some over and have them stand out there, Jimmy.
Go stand out in my yard.
The Las Vegas Sphere, which, by the way, has not been doing well. They're talking about what a financial abyss this project has been. They spent so many $1 billion building it, and it's not. For one thing, they're charging so much, I guess, to go into it, to experience it,
Right.
that not many people can afford it.
Hang tight, 4 seconds. We'll see sunshine today with a high near 63. A freeze warning in effect tonight as lows drop down to 32. Sunshine mid-60s for Tuesday. A little bit warmer on Wednesday as we see more sunshine and highs in the low 70s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's not showing anything over the 4 states.
30 in Afton, 32 in Pittsburgh, 34 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So today we're talking about the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off.
Whether that someone is you or could be somebody else, of course.
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Chris Young and Kane Brown
Some famous friends.
on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
So it's not been doing well. They charge, I forget what they charge, but it's stupid, and it's just for a couple of hours. And so a lot of people are going, This is the price of a Disney admission
Mm-hmm.
for what is only an hour or two experience. It's just not got a lot of a benefit payoff thing going on there. And so it's not selling well. Part of their attempt to recoup some of those losses, though, they're announced what they're calling a fully immersive version of The Wizard of Oz beginning in August.
Okay, as a Kansas kid, I'm kind of into this.
Yeah, if you don't know what the Sphere is, that's that ball-shaped arena. It's got high-tech lighting and sound, and it's all the way around you,
Mm-hmm.
They say they've developed a version of The Wizard of Oz that maintains the integrity of the original while pushing the boundaries of the Sphere's experiential medium. So, yeah, you're going to want to get high for this.
Probably. And I think it's smart of them to do this because of the big Wicked craze right now.
Yeah, it's so immersive that you can smell the hog pen Dorothy falls into on the farm.
Gross.
Of course, that could just be all the sweaty Las Vegas tourists that you're in there with. How sweating? They're practically melting. Oh, what a world. What a world.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Wicked?
Yes.
We watched
I didn't
it.
watch the whole thing. We quit about halfway through because it was just... The tornado scene promises to suck the money out of your pocket.
Uh-huh.
I just can't handle that much singing drama.
Singing.
And if you only had a brain, you wouldn't pay those high ticket prices.
We watched it for the first time over the weekend, and I loved it. Flying monkeys in the Sphere, actual flying monkeys.
I don't like the story that much. I really never did. I read the book, long before I saw it. And I didn't. The book was just tedious. It is just
tedious.
on and boring. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff they don't resolve from the movie. I mean, for consistency's sake. And that bugs me when I know a story.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to take a story that's well established, you need to stay true, I think, to the details. Wicked Witch of the North.
This is still just part one, though.
Yeah, she's never mentioned her sister.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Wicked Witch of the North that the house landed on and killed.
It could be her sister that's in the Wicked movie, though.
But she's not a witch. She doesn't have the whole green thing going on. The ruby slippers were on her feet,
Mm-hmm.
Don't they show Dorothy stealing the ruby slippers from her palace in Wicked?
Mm-mm.
Where does she get the ruby slippers?
In Wicked? We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, that's right. They didn't get that far in.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of
We're
the
just at part
story.
one.
In the story, I forget, but I know there's no Wicked Witch of the North or any of that.
Yes. Megan says her sister was a witch, bro.
Authorities in Pahrump,
Po-rum-pa-bum-bum.
Nevada, seized 7 tigers from the home of this guy named Carl Mitchell, the Tiger Emperor.
What's his name?
Carl Mitchell.
Carl Mitchell, the Tiger Emperor.
I gave him that name.
Oh,
because
okay.
he's the owner of a company called Big Cats Entertainment. Authorities said they have known for several years that he had big cats on his property but had no permits for him.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided to go ahead and let him keep him because, they were busy. No, I don't know why. They said Mitchell's had said 6 of his tigers were rescued from Joe Exotic.
Okay.
He said, I'm a 100% disabled veteran with PTSD, and the VA and my doctors have all approved the tigers to work as support animals.
What? No.
Wait a minute. You're going to tell 7 tigers that they can't be support animals?
Yeah.
The doctors gave their approval when he threatened to put them in the cage with the tigers. He said he used to keep emotional support dogs like normal people, but the tigers ate them.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem, with emotional support tigers is getting the stupid yellow vest on them when you take them out to Home Depot.
Right.
Man. We asked a knowledgeable source if tigers would make good support animals, and they said,
They're great.
That's a primary source right there. He's never going to financially recover from this. That's right. Joe Exotic, by the way, is active on Facebook once again.
yeah, I guess he's doing better. I thought he was dying there for a while. Had cancer or something?
I think he still does, but he's got a new husband. So he's feeling a little better about his life, and he's asking for
And I think isn't
Folks
he
to pardon him.
not that far away from getting out? I don't know. But
I think
I heard.
I thought he was going to be in there for like 20 years.
Hasn't not been 20 years.
No.
You sure? I guess the Minecraft movie did really, really well over the weekend. I have absolutely no interest in seeing it whatsoever, but it did 152 million box office release.
Yeah, he's serving a 21-year prison sentence. Joe
Okay.
Exotic is.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 808.
Sunshine today, highs in the mid-60s. It's 34 in Joplin.
We'll take a look at the weather forecast for the week in just 15 minutes.
But we're talking about show-off injury.
What's the worst way that you've ever seen someone injure themselves when trying to show off, or that you injured yourself when trying to show off?
A lot of the times these start with the phrase, here, hold my beer.
Right. 623-1025 to text or tell us yours.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Cody Johnson.
On the 4 states number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. I'm noticing, especially during this first 20-minute sweep, it seems like, I mean, if we go back and look, medium to slow songs, that one counts. That one, I think, is a medium to slow. This is a slow. That's like 3-4 of those.
That's too slow.
Yeah. And then we go look ahead. Those are all good. That's slow. So, too slow so far in this hour. That's a medium. Medium. I can't remember. Is that medium or is that upbeat?
I don't remember how it goes. I think it's upbeat.
Medium.
Doesn't it pick up or no?
Yeah, but anything with that. And pay attention to the BPM. There's 3 or 4 things going to energy: BPM, dynamics, and BPM is your tempo. And then also you have to factor in dynamics. So there's 2 dynamic codes. You have a song structure, verses, and that, and then you have a chorus. So it'd be MF or MM or SM or SF. You know, so you do 2 different codes for that. Then you have in and out. Get a code between 1 and 5. So 1 being very empty, barely there. 5 being wall of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I had started, you know, when we started this, it would go through and analyze and do all that coding for you.
Right.
I got to checking some of it. It was giving wall of sounds to ballads and stuff, so I don't trust it.
Yeah.
It does not do well. Yeah, so 2, that's not too many. 2 songs in an hour is not too many. So maybe it's just my whole perception. And you don't want to limit your top 10s, you know, and stuff that, even whether they're slow or not. Or your power recurring.
Right.
I'll take your word for that, Megan.
What is the song that Joe Exotic sings?
Oh, good
I
gosh.
Saw a Tiger. Is that what it was?
There's a bunch. Which one? That was a whole thing. I have song parodies about Joe Exotic, you know.
Yeah. I saw a tiger. The tiger saw me.
Carol Baskin.
The tiger saw me. Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Oh, he's got a song called Travis and Me. Here, kitty, kitty. I have dreamed of you.
Stu from Hangover. Yeah, I guess he does.
Mm-hmm.
you ever put up any pictures from Friday?
Yes. She put a bunch. She tagged our personal pages.
Does not help.
Wow. Morning, Shiala. La 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 la. We were at Talent on Parade this past weekend, Shiala.
Talent on the parade.
Talent on Parade is what the competition was called. Just a Scooby Doo. I think I need to add a song. I think we're early. There we go. That puts us more on time. It was an experience. Oh, golly gee. I need to save that. Dim and
So there's the bridge that washed out there. Actually, a mammoth down at the park down there. There's been some apocalyptic flooding down in that area before anyway. I mean, 11 points always really bad. I drove off into the river one time.
Yikes.
It was over a mile across. The whole valley had flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Scariest thing ever.
Lucky you didn't wash out.
Huh? I came over a
Lucky you didn't
hill,
wash out.
and it was right up to that hill, and I went splash right off into it, and there just happened to be the road crews there that helped pull me out. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We're talking about your show-off injuries.
The dumbest ones you've ever seen.
You can call or text to let us know, 623-1025, or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Luke Combs.
On KIX 102.5. Hey, Big Dave. Good morning.
It's Big Dave.
I heard your birthday's this week.
No, it was yesterday. That's why I
Gosh,
was surprised to
darn
see him
it.
on here. We just missed it.
Just missed it. I'm so sorry, Dave.
Next year, buddy. So somebody from the gynecologist called and said that Pabst beer is normal. I didn't even know you liked Pabst.
That's nice. That's great. And it's nama ding dong too. Love, loving on you. Starbucks, what you want? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Tomorrow is the big 5-5. Dave says gifts, food, money can be dropped off at the Joplin VA.
Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the weirdest place you ever had a call of nature. Dave jumping on here made me think of that. Also, it is 1 week before the tax deadline.
That's right.
If you've not got it done yet, we're going to help you remember that somewhat over the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody watching the final game tonight with the NCAA stuff? Is it all about the tournament, or is it about the teams? Because if it's about the teams, then you probably don't care.
Yeah.
Unless you're invested in one of these teams.
Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 820.
We'll see sunshine today, high near 63. It's 34 in Joplin.
So nobody guessed the secret sound an hour ago. That means that the jackpot is now at $2,352.50.
And your next chance to guess and win is with Brett at 420.
But today we're talking about the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off.
623-1025 to call or text or tell us on Facebook.
What's the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off?
I'm actually going to tell him myself.
Please do.
One time we were all hanging out at my friend's house, and my buddy jumped over a chair. I thought, oh, I can do that. Well, I tried to jump over it, and I pretty much dolphin dived over the chair, landed on my rib, bruised 3 ribs, and was in pain for about 4 weeks.
So dolphins are mammals and mammals are people, but dolphins are not people. It's not the same thing.
They're in the water.
Yeah.
That's a really good dolphin.
That's the noise that everybody made while they were watching him face plant.
What's the dumbest way you've ever heard of someone injuring themselves showing off?
So my husband at the time was driving around showing off on a golf cart, and he actually threw me out of it. Not only did he throw me out of it, my leg got stuck underneath the golf cart and fractured my tibia, tore my ligament and PCO.
Wasn't that he was injured while he was showing off? You were injured while he was showing off, which is why he's her ex-husband.
Soon to be, yes.
She's working on it.
How did you or someone you know get injured showing off?
Me, my brother, and my cousin were running through the woods. We decided to race each other so you could get back to the house first. We were at Grandma's.
Yeah.
And my cousin, he was quick, and he's running, and me and Dutch are behind him, and he turns and looks at us and goes, "You're never going to catch me." And he turns around and eats it right into a tree. Lays right on his back.
Why can't you have a camera running at times like that?
Right?
I mean, that was movie worthy.
Did you notice, though, they were running away from Grandma's who lives in the woods?
Ooh.
That's not your grandma, dude. That's the Wicked Witch.
What is the craziest way you've ever heard of someone getting injured while showing off?
This was a few years ago. My grandma, she was at the bar with my mom, and she actually tore her ACL trying to do the twist.
So many of these injuries happen from people trying to dance.
She had to have surgery on it and all, and still to this day, she has problems with her knee from it.
Yeah, I guess she better stick to the hustle.
Kind of a funny way to hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that she had surgery at the bar, too.
What is the dumbest way you've ever heard of someone injuring themselves showing off?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
She was at the bar doing the twist. Bye, Kathy. Have a good day. German chocolate cake. That sounds delicious. What? What?
What?
Oh.
Sounds like a motorcycle. What?
Shiala says it's almost pool weather there in California.
Not here.
Shiala, are you still coming to see us?
Not until June.
This month. It's April. You said April you were coming to see us. What's the plan?
It's yesterday, Jimmy, but we totally expect you to get that wrong. We need to do, I know what I need to do, the graphics for Hardy. Jump Hardy.
A Hardy?
For you.
Yeah, they're already up. Yay. What? Shiala says, not till June. I have a doctor's Marissa Ahmad checkup.
Oh.
So now you're not coming until June. I love Nothing But Cakes, Dave. They have gluten-free bundt cakes, and they're so good.
I again thought you said butt cake.
Bundt cakes. I'm bummed we don't get to see you sooner, Shiala. So June. We get you in June. Grow your bottom line.
You can do that.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Mine
That was
has
nice.
a release valve.
But you'll be here for a week? That'll be good, Shiala.
Will it?
Get Shiala for a whole week. Ew, Mountain Dew urinal cake?
Mmm. That's some good stuff right there.
Gross. That's because it's a butt cake. It's not a butt cake, it's a bunt cake. 720 by 400. Hold on, now I'm checking.
That's so difficult.
It is, I'm sure. 720 by 400 is what it is. You think she's going back to dance next year? She's so talented. She missing it?
I don't know. That looks.
Volleyball, basketball, softball, cheer, and dance. Oh my gosh. She's going to be so busy. The cake has a hole in it. Yeah, it's got a hole, but they fill it with stuff, and it's got frosting, and it's delicious. There's a gluten-free lemon raspberry bundt cake that is fabulous.
I'm not thrilled about this, but it is what it is.
What if I don't? I don't want to learn to. Your mom. Your mom's face. Riding roads, a Scooby Dooby Dooby. On the Scooby Doo. I really have to pee. Yes, go to Nothing Bundt Cake then, Megan. And then come see us. Yeah, they come in 3 different sizes. So if you just want a little one for just you, that's a thing. If you want a big old one for just you, you can do that too.
Okay, let's reverse it. I can do that.
I know you're hungry, stomach. I will feed you later. Yeah, if you guys haven't been there, it's really, really good.
Awful.
It looks so bad.
So bad.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Their logo is not.
Their logo's a no-go. You know what? Backstage Country.
Huh?
Backstage Country.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Their logo's not great.
No, it will not go anywhere good.
Go there. Just go there and
What
go
do you
there
think
well.
of this? Just first impression. like every other one. You want to see something really weird that they're doing now? Wait. That won't work. KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Here's Jump Party.
On KIX 102.5. Let's not forget to promote Backstage Country. Wait a minute, where's Justin? No, it's got to be just Oh, wait. I am. Seriously? So it takes all the work out of it for me. Oh, weird. That's a weird cross section. Kind of. That wasn't quite right.
No.
I thought it would do better than that.
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
I want to see what it does with like it's got to be able to find a real face.
Then I've got to go pee. All right, 5 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We'll see sunshine today, a high near 63. It's 34 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in the next hour, plus some morning KIX takeovers getting ready to start in just 5 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and let us know what songs you want us to play back for you.
But we're talking about the worst way that you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off.
623-1025 to call or text or tell us on Facebook.
What's the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off?
Well, actually, one of my really good friends, we were both in our late 30s, and we went to a disco party in Kansas City, and he was doing some disco moves, jumped up in the air and tried to do this type of split, came down, and his patella tendon, his kneecap tendon, cleared up half up his leg.
But he didn't split his pants, though, right?
No, but he didn't make any sound for about 20 minutes. Ended up in surgery the next day and was laid up for about 8 weeks.
Wow. What's the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off?
I was out by the lake. I was standing at the edge of the bluff. A buddy of mine had a can of kerosene, and I had an extra white T-shirt. So I decided to soak that T-shirt in the kerosene. So I took a lighter, and I set the shirt on fire, said, wash this. I ran, I jumped in the water.
And you got burned, of course.
Yep, and I was just nothing but a flaming ball headed right down to the water.
Yeah.
Do you still have the marks?
No, not anymore. My hair all grew back.
Luckily, I mean, you could have been one of those hairless freaks like Randy.
Hey.
I looked like an albino for a little bit.
What a perfect ending to that. Yeah, the hair grew back. What's the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off?
I was at work with my buddy, and I stepped over a form, and I tripped and starfished onto a pile of gravel.
You weren't even trying to show off.
When you say starfish, do you mean arms out, legs out, face down, flat on the ground?
Yes, exactly like that.
Well, we were all impressed. All akimbo.
What's the dumbest way you've ever heard of someone's injuring themselves showing off?
Okay, I was in a shooting class at Missouri Southern. This was a long time ago.
Oh, no.
And they were having a quick draw contest.
Oh, no.
And the kid shot himself in the leg. But luckily, the paramedic class was in session upstairs.
Right. So they got hands-on training.
Hands-on.
Talking about the dumbest way that you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off.
623-1025 to call or text or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Oh my gosh, I've got to pee like the dickens.
Got to pee. Ow, ow. Okay. 1 to go. You guys with your eyeballs emojis. So my plan this week, since I've got so much time off, I'm planning to hit the gym. What oftentimes happens on a week when I have a whole bunch of extra time is I say, yeah, you know what? I've got extra time this week. I don't have to go tonight. I can go tomorrow night. And then I end up not going at all. So that's possible too. There's a new Reddit blog post. They ask, what's the funniest or most creative small business name in your hometown or that you've ever heard of? And there were some pretty good ones that were put up over the weekend. One of them said, Laundromat has stations so you can wash your dog. There's a Chinese restaurant in the town of Milo, Maine that's called Milo, Maine. That's pretty good. Furniture hardware store called Chess, Jugs, and Knockers. A window tinting company called Darth Shader. And a little soup place in this one town that's called Unforgettable. Unforgettable. Chips Auto Glass. That's pretty good. Temple of Groom Barbershop in Boston. There was a chimney sweep business in Indianapolis that's called Ash Wipers. Somebody bought a closed down gas station and converted it into a cannabis dispensary called the Grass Station. Snip Doggy Dog Dog Groomer. The Shack of Sit Furniture Outlet. Be very careful with that name. The Uppercuts Barbershop. The barber used to be an Olympic boxer. The All Sales Vinyl Record Store. Give Pizza a Chance in British Columbia. I've actually seen that place. Back to the Fuchsia is a little flower shop in this one lady's hometown. And Planet of the Vapes. All pretty good. Beaver Liquors. There you go, Megan. Yes, Beaver Liquors. I think you have to have a place named that in the town of Beaver. There's all sorts of improper innuendos in that town. Today, by the way, is National Beer Day. I don't know if you knew that or not. But it's actually National Beer Day. It's an actual holiday, I guess. I don't know who set that up, but if you go to the National Day calendar, then they say today, April 7th, annually recognizes the world's most widely consumed alcoholic beverage. Following water and tea, it is the third most popular drink overall, even ahead of coffee. That's unbelievable to me. But yeah, it's even more popular than coffee. It's one of the world's oldest prepared beverages. They think it dates back to as far as 10,000 BC when cereal was first farmed. It's also recorded in written history of ancient Iraq and ancient Egypt. It was an effective way of storing cereal grains so that they would not spoil, or storing bread. It's like liquid bread. They could produce beer out of the cereal grains, yeast, and that sort of thing, and it would keep, you could store it for extended periods of time. And it was oftentimes safer to drink than water. The reason it falls on today, does anybody know why it's on April 7th? Anybody? Anybody know? Today is the day that they ended prohibition. So FDR signed a law that allowed people to brew and sell beer in the United States as long as it remained below 4.0 alcohol by volume. That law has since been struck down. Even you can now brew beer of any alcoholic source.
I don't know what I came back to. What were we talking
We're talking about today is National Beer Day. So what different types of beers are they? Are there? See,
I don't know because I can't drink beer. I have an allergy.
So there's two major types of beers.
IPAs.
That's not one
Lagers.
of the major types. Lagers is one of them. And anybody?
The anti-lager.
That's known as the lumberjack.
Okay, the lager and the, don't tell me, hops. No, don't tell me. Lager and...
Not a type of beer.
I'm thinking. Light beer.
No.
A lager and...
Aren't you glad you have me around to soak you up with all this useless information?
I don't know.
Ale.
Ale.
Lagers and ales. Those are your two. Yeah, Megan got it. She was right in there. So there's lagers and ales, and there are many different types of those. There's subgroups. So you've got like when it comes to ales or lagers, you've got the pale version, the pale lager, pale ale. You've got darks. There are stouts, which are not the same as darks. Very different. Pilsners, and then there's other types. Wheats, honeys. There are, I forget at what point it becomes. Oh my gosh, my brain stopped. Apparently, that's the end. Right there's the end of it all.
Mhm.
No, what's it called? Like Colt 45. It's a malt. When it becomes a malt liquor. So at some point, beer transfers over in its alcoholic content and becomes a malt liquor. And there's a different malting process. Malt is added in the beer process to make that.
Like Whoppers are malted chocolate balls.
What? What?
Malt. We're talking about malted things. Malted chocolate. Never mind.
Salty chocolate balls.
You have 10 seconds.
Thank goodness. Yeah, ales and lagers. And lagers is spelled Lageers. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 847.
Beautiful today with sunshine, highs in the mid-60s. It's 34 in Joplin.
And we've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 6 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote for the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking today about the dumbest way you've ever seen someone injure themselves while showing off.
623-1025 to call or text.
What was your show-off injury?
Well, I had a friend back in high school.
I did too.
Don't lie. You never had a friend, Randy.
I did too once. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We had a bunch of girls. There's probably 4 or 5 of them, and he was showing off. And he says, "Watch this." He says, "I can do what the stunt guy's doing. I can punch my hand through a window and come back out clean."
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, he split his arm all the way up. We had to rush him to the hospital. He ended up getting like 37 stitches.
Yeah, how stupid, because when they go through, it cuts, and it cuts the whole way through, and then they yank their fist back, and it cuts again.
Okay, I'm going to let your buddy in on a secret, okay?
Go ahead.
There are way easier and less bloody ways to impress women than punching a window.
Not punching a window is #1. Yeah, I mean, it's like a razor blade, you know.
It's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Stupid.
What's the craziest, dumbest way you've ever heard of someone injuring themselves showing off?
This is a double whammy. We was at a public pool when we was kids, and there's this older guy, probably about 30, mid-30s. He was on the high dive, and he would take his feet and flop down. He would just kick his feet out and flop down on his butt and then dive in the pool.
Right.
Well, he did that. Well, he misjudged it once. Raked all the way down his back. Looked like a cat got a hold of him, and then did a belly flop right in the water.
What's the way you've seen someone injure themselves while showing off?
My husband stuck his tongue to an electric fly swatter.
No, he didn't. Oh, my gosh.
Wait a minute. So wrong on so many levels. For one thing, it's an electric fly swatter with fly guts all over it.
For another, it's electric.
Right?
Well, battery operated, the little tennis handle thing.
Yeah, did he get a charge out of that?
Oh, yeah.
And now for some reason he's attracted to back porch lights.
I think you really need some cable in your house.
What's the dumbest show-off injury you've ever heard of?
There was a guy that worked at a manufacturing facility, and he was dancing on a table, and he jumped down, and he was dancing, and he went down into the splits.
Uh-oh, that's never a good idea.
Let's just say he went out on a stretcher. It was at lunchtime, too. So the break room was full.
You're not nearly as flexible as you think you are.
What is the dumbest way you've ever heard of someone injuring themselves showing off?
623-1025 to text or tell us your show-off injuries.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Morning KIX Takeover's up in just 4 minutes.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. She didn't say what the break room was full of.
What's that? I don't know what she means by that.
The break room was just full.
It was full.
Okay.
All right. Well, on that note.
No. On that note.
Who said that?
No.
I was going to say that noise, but I meant that note.
No.
And then this is what came out. Joplin water. So tomorrow we're talking about the weirdest place you've ever had the call of nature.
Yes.
We'll also be talking about your refunds to help you remember that tax day is coming up.
Yes, because everybody's waiting on a refund, and we'll commiserate this year's allergy season. We did that the other day. We were talking about the high pollen count this year, which a lot of people are suffering through. Did you ever get you some Sudafedrin?
No.
Gina went and got me some over the weekend. I've been taking it already.
Is it helping?
Yeah, it's good to head it off because it's the fluid production that causes the sinus infection. And if you can stave off the fluid production, you can help prevent that inflammation in your sinus tissue. But Sudafedrin will dry up the fluid in your ears.
That's what I need.
All right. And
That's right.
if no one wins the
if,
secret sound today, it will be at $23.77.50, almost $2,400 tomorrow.
Wow.
If no one wins it.
I don't know. I feel like Brett might get the winner today.
I fully expect there to be a winner this afternoon.
I mean, we say that, but.
So if that is the case, then we would have a brand new secret sound tomorrow.
Do we have the next sound?
It's been sitting up there since November.
Oh.
So we will see what will be. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.